Sunflowers?
Sunflowers. Now, the biggest thing to learn is you mess up.
Yeah.
You're gonna mess up with it. Everything might die, but you know what?
Learn
You just
from it.
start fresh and new. I've had so many problems with this system. Just retry, and it ended up working really good right now. So,
It's strong basil right now, right?
Yeah,
Basil's in there
basil.
now.
According to girls, we talk all the time that if you don't make mistakes, you don't what? You don't learn. So until you try something and it doesn't work, you keep playing with it until you get it the right way. Eventually, you get these plants. It takes time.
Being in an engineering environment like this, like I said from the beginning, we fail more than we succeed in a class like this, and so we just have to move on and say, okay, this didn't work. We learned from it, and what's going to work from that point forward.
and the different students we different.
Every group, they're in groups, and each group builds a different system. The crazy thing about it is, like, the first project was vertical hydroponics, so it was these 4 systems. These were built back in October, and so every 30 days or so, what we'll do is we'll harvest the plants. The food goes to the cafeteria because it's all about sustainability, taking care of your own and providing for your own. And so we'll keep growing plants all year long with these systems. We'll probably grow another 2 times fold up before this end of the year.
Wow.
And everything's done from scratch. You can't buy hydroponic systems, they're very expensive. That one there, if you bought something like that, would probably cost you about $500 to buy. It probably cost maybe $20 to $30 to build. We, like I said, we do a lot of 3D printing, all our own little parts and things, because when we give it to the cafeteria, you have to remember that we need to make sure everything is food safe. So we studied at the beginning of food safe. We use a food safe glue, a food safe silicone, and at the end of the year also, we're talking about sustainability. I don't want to have to buy new things every year because the school's going to have a fitness. It's a very expensive room. And so all this stuff, everything here can be basically pulled apart and reused again. The hardest thing is to prevent things from leaking. I will say we walk in here a lot and there's water on the floor, but that's just part of the process. It's the hydroponics one. So we just clean it up and we figure out where it's leaking and we go from there. As you can see, these crazy sunflowers here are growing. We're eventually going to have to pull it out of the system. We'll put it in a bucket and then they'll start growing up straight again. And at the end of the year, the kids can take these home and they can, plant them in front of their house and people are like, holy cow. If you want to see the root structure, you look in there, you can see how big the roots are. This is called an aeroponics system. We use misters that actually feed the plants. Okay? And then we'll go over and Colleen talk about aquaponics.
Slide over here a little bit.
This is actually one of the hardest hydroponic systems to run. There's actually 6 hydroponic systems. We represent here we got 5 of them going right now. So how this works is basically we feed the goldfish, right? The goldfish do not have stomachs. They don't digest what so as soon as they're done eating, what do you think they do? They poop. And when they poop, what we do, we extract the waste out of the water into the biofilter, the homemade biofilter. From there, I had a student design these things called biobubbles. And these are designed to collect the bacteria in the actual filter, so it basically cleans out some of the ammonia because the fish poop there's a lot of nitrogen in it. And the nitrogen is very good for the plants. The problem is, if the ammonia level gets too high, the plants start turning really yellow and they start burning, and some of the fish might die off. So it's a hard thing because you got to keep everything balanced and keep it going. Okay? So how it works, it's called the nitrification process. You'll learn about it when you get to probably middle school or high school. And so as the water filters back into the pond, it's pretty close to being almost crystal clear again, as you can see as it drops in. Right now we are in a high bacteria stage, where the water looks kind of murky like a pond. Once I put the carbon filter in there, that'll start cleaning out the water. In another 2 weeks or so, this water should be looking like crystal clear if it's working correctly. This here was built last year by a student. It's actually that is a replica of the first aquaponics floating system ever created in the world. The Aztecs used it back in, I forget what year it was, but back in a long, long time ago. And they did it out of wood and stone, and then they grew plants on the river. And so that right there, we're growing microgreens, lettuce, kale, and basil. And then the same thing in about 14 days from now, we'll cut it down. And then from there, what we'll do is we'll give it to cafeteria. Carl, explain your system.
Alright, so as Mr. Stanky just said, the water comes through, it's filtered, and it goes back into the pond. Our system is going to pump it up to the top, the water. It's going to pump right into here. The plants will be sitting in these recycled water jugs, and the water will flow through this one and come down to the second one and water the plants that are in there, and go back into the pond and just go in a big loop. This piece here we 3D printed. As you can see on this one, it was very big, so the water just kind of went everywhere. So we had to design basically a funnel to direct the water to a certain point, so it wouldn't go everywhere. And like Sierra said, we also used designed a larger screen basically to fit right in there to keep the play ball from falling through.
Do you have any questions? Yes? They're gold.
These are gold. Now you can use other types of fish. You can use tilapia, you can use perch, bass, probably they splash around a lot. At the end, well, what am I going to do with it? So at the end of the year, what we do is we make an announcement, and I just tell the kids, if you want to fish, if your parents sign a note, bring a Ziploc bag, and kids just run into my room and I just the last day of school and just fish all day in the back.
You don't make them play a fun game to win it?
We should, that's a good idea. Yeah. That's a great question. I like to do a lot of bartering. And so basically with a fish store in East Syracuse, I give them basil, they give me fish. Yes. This is basil. This is algae growing on. This over here, you might see in some of the systems, there's a little bit of those rocks. Those are called hydrogen, it's an expanded clay pellet. And that is designed basically to be very porous, and it actually holds the water inside. So you see over there, as the plants feed, they want to make sure you hold water close to the plant, as well as also, when you get plants like this, you need to make sure, because we're not growing in the ground, so there's not a lot of support. Those also offer a lot of support for the plants so it can grow. Okay?